Hey everyone, this is going to be my review for Peppermint. So, quick summary, it is rated R. There's a ton of language and gory violence in this movie. Peppermint is a story about this, it's in Los Angeles and there's a lot of gang violence, and you have Riley and her family. She has a husband and she has a little daughter, and the husband considers doing something against this huge cartel that's in whatever. He decides not to go through with it, but that was enough to piss them off, and so they ended up gunning down the husband, and the daughter was killed as well, right in front of Riley's eyes. And so she tries to go through the justice system, but the justice system was really corrupt as well, and so all the people got off. And they tried to pay her off to be quiet, and she said no, and then in court the judge was like, nope, I'm not going to take your account. So she, she's portrayed in the very beginning as this very, mother, very sweet, very quiet. And so then she disappears for 5 years, and on the 5th year anniversary of her, her family's death, suddenly all these gang members show up dead, and she comes in to be this vigilante, and she really wants to take down the cartel single-handedly. Like, she trains for 5 years in martial arts and guns and all these special things, and she ends up taking down the whole cartel. At the same time, the police is trying to chase her. Simple, little summary there. This movie, it's a story we've seen many times before. The only great difference I liked about this one is it did have a female lead. Typically, this is a movie, and I can name a billion of them, where this is like the men's story of the wife and the child died, and he's going to take down everybody. So I can't really name a lot of, movies where it's this plot where it's the female that does this. So that was, I love Jennifer Gardner. She's, fantastic. Loved her ever since Alias. And I actually don't know if I have a lot of movies I don't like with her in it. Anyway, so review, it's jam-packed, it's fun. You're engaged in the story the entire time. It's kind of a quick, there's not a lot of time to sit down and think, but it's very predictable. It's a story, it's not that original, but what I did enjoy and what I do give this movie credit for is kind of the realism a little bit, whereas most of these stories, the people come back as these almost superhumans. They can take down any punch, they can dodge any bullet, whereas she is like an imperfect warrior, and she will get injured, and we actually see her injured, trying to take care of the injury by herself, but the injury will stay with her throughout the entire movie. It's very gritty, and it's not pretty, and she makes mistakes, and so she she's able to do most of it, amazing tricks here and there, but I just liked how she wasn't perfect, and she wasn't invincible, that she was able, was harmed, and in the end, I was expecting her, spoiler, sorry, spoiler, I was expecting her to die at the end, in a blaze of glory with, taking down the cartel itself. But she ended up living in the end, so I'm feeling that they're going to make, sequels, which, this movie's standalone. You don't need sequels. Please do not make sequels out of this one. I mean, you could. Please don't. But, yeah, so it thrilled me. It entertained me for 2 hours. I can't ask more from a movie. Enjoyed it thoroughly. So out of 35 movies I've seen so far this year, I'm ranking this 14. I'd rather would see Deadpool 2. It's another kind of vigilante, a lot of guns in that one, just a little bit more humor and fun. But I would actually rather see Peppermint before I see Tomb Raider again. I guess Tomb Raider's related because they're both females, and they kind of have that, I'm going to do everything by myself and do the heroic acts. But this one, the story was just a little bit more characterization and more, I wouldn't say heart, but I think I, can relate and connect with Riley a little bit more than Tomb Raider. I forgot her name. Anyway, but that's my review for Peppermint. All right, have a nice day, everyone.